Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let's start off with thanking Dick Pritchett for these cams we get to watch. And let's also say that I'm out on the rad today of the Expand 5. E-bike season is certainly here. Hope some of you are riding and having fun. Okay, so let's get into the week. I was talking last video that we were going to go into more of a condensed weekly review, but the M15 and the E's had a different idea. So let's go ahead and get into the week. It was an exciting week. Sunday, 4/23. Both these are in the Nestry at 6:30 a.m. At 9:43, M15 returns with a bird. 21 gets and is eating it. At about 9:49, 22 flies into the nest and they start fighting. 22 stole a little bit of the carcass, but 21 kept most of it and ate it. Then at 4:09, M15 returns with a rat, and 22 got that rat and scarfed it down. 21 got to the nest late. At 4:36, M15 returns with what looks like some kind of red meat. The E's were fighting, and 22 won the fight and got most of it. Then at 5:19, M15 returned with a UFO. It wasn't much. It looked like 21 got it and sucked it down. Then at 8:15, both the E's were in the nest tree, getting ready to crash for the night. That brings us to Monday, 4/24, which was a very exciting day for the E's. They were both in the nest tree at 6:30. At 10:02, M15 returns with a UFO. 22 sucked that whole thing down, and one scarf just down it went. Then at 11:50, M15 flies over the pond towards the left side of the pond, towards the nest side of it. 22 flew to the nest tree, but no E's come to M15. So M15 flies around the nest site with that prey item and then back to the pond. 21 comes down to get the prey. This is a good size prey item, a good size mammal. Looked to me like it was either a rabbit, maybe it didn't look like an opossum to me. Could have been though, but it looked too dark colored. Maybe even a fox that he might have gotten. M15 hit the pond and was drinking. 21 drugged this prey around the pond over towards the tree with a broken branch and started eating on it. M15 flew up to the snag and was overseeing the eating. Let me emphasize again, this was a good sized prey item. Good sized prey item. At 12:22, at 12:12, 22 flew down and joins 21. 21 mantled. 21 didn't try nothing right away, and 22 just keeps on eating. Finally, at about 12:46, they started fighting, and it looked like 22 stole the prey and started eating. Then at 1:27, 22 flies off the prey and M15 flew down, but 21 comes in and gets it and starts eating on it again. It also looked like that M15 came down to the ground a couple times and may have gotten something, because one of the E's came to him one of the times. This whole thing lasted from like 11:50 till well after 2:20 p.m. They were eating on stuff. Then at 2:36, M15 returns with a UFO. He delivered it to the pond where 21 was drinking, and 21 got it. It wasn't very big. It looked like 21 ate it pretty quick. Then at 2:41, M15 returned again with a UFO and delivers to the pond. And 21 was still there and got the prey and started eating on it. But at 2:44, 22 flew in and chased 21 off. 21 was probably full, and stole the prey. The E's were kind of by the tree, briefly fighting again. It looked like 21 probably tried to do a steal back, but 22 got it and kept eating. Then at 3:49, M15 returns with a fish. Both E's look pretty full from earlier meals, and the fish just sits in the nest. Then at 4:11, 21 dropped down in the nest and started eating on the fish and giving 22 a little bit of business. 22 did get some leftovers from that fish. And then at 8:05, both E's were in the nest tree. Both E's had very fat looking crops. Looked like they were about to bust out open. They looked full. Good food day for them. Good food day. Alright, that brings us to 4:25 Tuesday. It was raining a little bit in the morning. Both the E's were in the nest tree at 6:30. This isn't a really busy day, but there were some scuffles. At 11:25, M15 returned with a fish. The E's have a scuffle. 22 got the fish and ate most of it. But 21 did get some. There was still a little bit left. Then at 12:10, M15 returns with a fish. 22 got and was eating it. Kind of got off it. 21 got some leftovers. Still some meat on it too again. At 3:51, M15 and an intruder returned and were in the nest with a UFO. 22 gets to the nest first. Kind of scooted, kind of scared the intruder before 22 even got there and started eating. And of course, like I was saying, the intruder left before 22 really even got there. Then 21 flies to the nest, but 21 was late, didn't get much. Then at 8:15, both these are in the nest tree, ready for bed. Brings us to Wednesday, 4:26. At 6:30, both these are in the nest tree. At 9:24, M15 and an intruder are flying to the nest. M15 has a fish. 21 intercepts the intruder and spirals her off course. 22 gets to the nest with M15 and gets the fish. And at 9:39, 21 returned to the nest tree. Good OE21 protecting Pop. She needs to be careful though. These adult birds are more powerful than her. They've been on the planet a lot longer than E21 has. She needs to be careful. Then at 12:37, M15 returns with a fish. 22 gets an eating. Then I see M15 and the intruder at the pond after the delivery. At 1:03, 22 gets off the fish and 21 gets and eats the rest of it. There was still plenty of fish there, y'all. That's it for food. Both E's and the upper branches of the nest tree. Getting ready for bed about 8:15. That brings us to Thursday, 4:27. Both these are in the nest tree about 6:30. At 10:32, M15 and an intruder return with a fish. 22 fights off the intruder and gets the fish. 21 flies to the nest but's late. At 10:33, just a minute later, M15 is being chased around the nest site by an intruder. At 10:34, M15 and the intruder return with a bird. The intruder jumps in the nest and takes out 21, and 22 flies off about the same time. But she got a good hold of 21 and yanked 21 right out. But the intruder did not get any prey. 21 flies back to the nest, and 22 also returns, but they don't start eating until 10:54, when 22 drops down into the nest and starts eating on the bird, and then at 10:58, 21 drops down in the nest and starts eating on the fish. 21 gets off the fish, and 22 gets and eats the leftover fish. Wasn't much left of it. No. They kind of went back and forth on that carcass. Then at 11:43, M15 returns with a fish. 21 gets an eating. 22 tries some still attempts, but 21 blocks and gets most of that fish. At 3:39, M15 returns with a fish. 22 gets and eats it all. And then at 7:25, M15 returns with a late UFO. 21 got it, ate it. 22 was at the pond and was late getting back to the nest. Then at 8:15, both E's were in the nest chip. So Friday's kind of just a slow day. They were in the nest tree at 6:30. M had 4 meal trips back and forth. 21 got the first one and ate it all. There were a couple steal attempts by 22, but 22 really didn't have any luck. The other 3 food bringings, though, 22 got those 3 and ate all of them. Might have been a few scraps left here or there in the nest that 21 got, but not much. At 8:15 p.m., both these were in the nest tree. So that brings us to Saturday, 4/29. At 3:45 a.m. in the morning, looked like an owl, very small owl, flew up into the nest tree, and 21 got annoyed by it, started wing flapping, and the owl flew off, and it looked like 21 chased after it, and did not return back to the nest tree until, a little after 6:30, around 6:40 she flew back, and both these were in the nest tree. Very windy day. At about 6:30 p.m., M15 returned with a fish. Only 22 comes, and it gets the fish and eats the fish. I have not seen 21 since the morning. Probably around 9 a.m. she was in the nest. I haven't seen her since then. 22 had been around the nest tree off and on all day and soaring around the nest site. M15 did hit the pond after that delivery and took a bath and drank some water. At 8:12 p.m. I see a wild boar walk across the pond from left to right. I had not seen that on the nest site, a wild hog. That kind of surprised me since I hadn't seen it this whole time. And then at 8:35, 22's in the nest, lying down, going to sleep, and there's no 21. So, do I think 21 might be gone for good? I don't know, maybe. The instinct is for him to leave eventually, so we'll see. We'll see Sunday. She may come back. She had kind of a rough Saturday. Wasn't around. If she did get food, it wasn't on camera the whole time. So, well, all in all, they had a really good week, and probably one of the best food weeks M's had in a while on camera. So, as far as deliveries go, that Monday was just outstanding. I hope 21's not gone for good, but if 21 is, it is time. Let me say this. 22's kind of become the boss and the hog of the food at that nest site, nest area. And it wouldn't surprise me if 21's getting tired of it and going to move on. Or at the very least going to start being out more with Dad. She's always been the more of the I guess you'd say bird willing to take more of that first leap, the first get out and go. So, but we'll see what happens next week. We'll have another review. Hey, if you like this video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe, and leave me a comment. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we have another good week and the Eves have another nice, healthy feeding week. So y'all take care. We'll see you on the next video.